Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. I'm so glad about it. You all have no idea how happy I am that it is Friday. We had a very busy week, a very challenging week. Let me try to get this right. A busy week, a challenging week, and I'm happy that it is Friday. Good morning. Thanks. How are you this morning? I'm glad it's Friday. Good morning, true fan. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. I appreciate you all being here this morning. Truly, I do. I won't keep you too long, but I just had a message of a pep talk for you all this morning, and it is to begin again. I don't know where you are in your life, but I know that many of you are probably in a place where you maybe expectedly or unexpectedly are finding yourselves having to start over with, something in life, whether it is some type of relationship, a divorce, or just the ending of a bad relationship, or maybe a not so bad relationship, just maybe the timing was wrong. Whatever your situation is, I know that, sometimes you find yourself in that space where you have to start over. And it can be very, very daunting. Good morning, Eve. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, my sister. Blessings to you all this morning. And so I wanted to talk about just some things that we have to get through if you've found yourself in a space where you've had to overcome some type of traumatic relationship, either business or personal, anything. It can be very hard to figure out where to begin, right? Where to start. How do you, begin taking those first steps? Whether or not you can even trust yourself moving forward and making good decisions, or even thinking about entering into another relationship. So, if that is where you are today, I have been in that position, unfortunately, and I know what it's like to have to, come off of a bad relationship, or if you've had to come through a divorce. It can be very hard. It can be very hard, and a very daunting thought to think, oh my goodness, starting over again. So I just wanted to share with you all, you know, if you feel like you're a fish out of water trying to find your legs again, if you're feeling exposed, if you're feeling vulnerable, if you feel lost or unequipped, I just want to share with you some things with how you can begin to sort of navigate through life again in this new space, So, one of the first things that I found to be extremely critical is getting cleansed, right? Getting cleansed. Because when you're in a relationship with someone, you develop soul ties, right? These people become a part of your life. You all become intertwined with each other, and it can feel very hard to figure out how to untwine yourself sort of from that person, those emotions, those feelings, all those things that come with being in a relationship. Eve says it is very difficult, but there is a bright light on the other side once you get through it. Absolutely, you're so right, Eve. It really, really is. And that's what I want to encourage people about, is that there is hope moving forward, that there is opportunity for you to, not just move forward and overcome, but to actually thrive and to do well and to prosper. So, but some of the steps that I took for sure was getting cleansed, and that was getting cleansed mentally, getting cleansed physically, emotionally, and especially spiritually. If you are not a believer, or you don't know God, you may definitely want to get to know him and accept him, because you're going to need him. You're going to need him through these critical times. Good morning, Bio 11. How are you this morning? I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Chef, how are you? I love you so much. I appreciate you being here and giving me this time. Rashika Conyers, how are you this morning? Good morning. Blessings to you all. I love you all. I appreciate y'all being here this morning. We're talking about beginning again, having to start over after a bad relationship, business, personal, whatever it is, after a bad marriage, whatever the situation is. That's what we're talking about this morning. So, it's critical that you get yourself cleansed, that you begin to deal with your emotions, and most importantly, purge the negativity. It is inevitable that you're going to have some negative thoughts, some negative feelings, some negative emotions, and those things can be the hardest to get rid of. Chef says, I can tell by your skin and face that you took a huge step in transformation. Wow, Chef, wow, you have no idea. That is so amazing. That's amazing that you even know that. Yes, I am going through a transition. You have no idea. And I will share it with you all at some point. But yes, that's amazing. Wow, I'm a little taken back by that, Chef. All right. So yes. Yeah, so get cleansed, deal with the emotions, deal with the negativity. Um, the main thing you want to do is not be carrying negative emotions, negative thoughts around with you, or whether you're just moving on by yourself or moving into another relationship. So it's critical that you be able to do that. There are a lot of things out there. This is timely. Thank you. I'm glad this is timely for you, Bio 11. There are a lot of programs out there, and if you're looking for something in your area, you can look for divorce care. Just search for divorce care on the internet and look for some local programs in your area. There are a lot of churches and different programs and organizations that just do things for free, that cost you nothing, that help you overcome and get through some traumatic experiences that you may have had. And then also, of course, through your job, there are also counseling programs out there that you can go through to help you get rid of this negativity, because it is very important, and especially if you're, like I say, if you're a believer and you walk with the Lord, there's so much out there. Get in your word, get in some time with him, do some fasting, so that you can get rid of the negative emotions that you may be feeling. Journaling is a huge step in cleansing yourself from negative thoughts. Write down every negative thought you have, because get it out. When you get these negative things out of your mind and write it down and just speak on it, it helps free you. It helps free your mind. It gives those negative thoughts a place to go, rather than sitting in your mind and in your spirit and just festering. So for sure, try to get cleansed mentally, physically. If you need to, do, sort of do a reset on your body. And that's why I say maybe you want to do some fasting, or if you want to, get back to just moving again, walking, spending 30 minutes out in the sun, doing some yoga, whatever it is, horseback riding bikes, roller skating, whatever your thing is, get back to doing some of that, get your body moving, so that you can start to feel life back in those areas where you may not be feeling any life anymore, where you feel like you're losing life. So all of that is really important to get cleansed physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. All right. The next thing you want to do is get grounded. Okay. Get grounded. When we come off of relationships, a lot of times we can feel like, you know, as like a dandelion in the wind, just floating here, there, and everywhere, trying to figure out where we're going next, what we need to do next. Get grounded. And the way that you can get grounded is, finding something that you're secure in. Find something that you're secure in, whether it's your family, your friends, just people that you feel comfortable and secure around. Those are the people that you need to sort of surround yourself with. If it's a group of believers, a group of people you found on Facebook, whatever it is, get grounded and surround yourself with people that you feel secure and safe around. Okay, because they're going to be really important in keeping you reminded of who you are outside of whatever relationship you're coming out of. And it will also help you to restore faith in yourself and to restore faith in humanity, because a lot of times when we come off of bad relationships, we start those negative thoughts tend to pour over into every area of our lives, and we begin to think that every person we meet, and start having negative thoughts about just people in general. And you don't want to develop that sort of mentality where you feel like everyone is evil, everybody's against you, nobody's for you, nobody's supporting you. You don't want to end up in that mentality. So get grounded, find some people who you feel safe around, who knew you, way back when, or just who know you for who you truly are. Because sometimes relationships can sort of change us in from being, who we know we truly are in our hearts. And so get back to being around people who can remind you that no, this is who you are, and you're still that person. You're not whatever you may have become during the relationship. Okay. Rediscover yourself, rediscover the things that you like, the things that you love. Try to get back to remembering who you are and your purpose. Trying to find your purpose and staying focused on your purpose is going to be critical in, being able to make goals for yourself and reaching goals. Good morning, Harrison. How are you? Yes, a hard reset, a hard reset. Yeah. I mean, it's so critical to do a hard reset after you come out of a bad relationship, because it is it's the best way to get cleansed and move forward. You want to get back to remembering what your inspirations were. What were the things that used to inspire you, the things that used to, keep you moving, keep you vibrant, that kept you excited to wake up every morning. Get back to remembering what those things were for you. Maybe it was a hobby that you used to partake in, or some sort of, activity that you used to be a part of. Maybe it was some sort of a group or organization that you used to be involved with that you had gotten out of doing, or some sport that you used to play that you don't play anymore. Whatever it is, get back to doing those things. Yes, remembering your why. Good morning, Positive. How are you? Good to see you. Harrison, good to see you also. Remembering your why it is that you wake up every morning, why it is that you do the things that you do, why it is that you're here. If you know your purpose, you know who you belong to, you know that you are not here by accident, then you have a purpose in life, and you need to get back to that. And the sooner that you can get back to it, the better off you will be. And the easier it'll be for you to find your focus and to move towards that area. You want to be whole, you want to be happy, because when you're whole and when you're happy, you will recognize wholeness and happiness in others, and those people will sort of will be drawn to you. And those are the types of people that you want in your life, whether you want to be in a relationship again or whether you don't. Maybe you don't want to be in a relationship again, but you still want to be whole and happy and content and thriving in your life. So, these are the things that you need to do to not be afraid to move forward, so that you're not lost, so that you're not, roaming here and there and everywhere with the wind. Create some boundaries. It's really important that you create some boundaries, not barriers. Okay. There's a difference there. I don't want you all creating barriers where you don't let anybody in, you don't let people in. But you want to create some boundaries and don't compromise on them. Barriers eliminate access. Okay. That's the difference. Barriers eliminate access, where boundaries just limits the access. It just limits the access. There's a sense of willingness that comes with boundaries, right? So anyway, there's a sense of willingness that comes with boundaries. And so you want to have boundaries in your life, not barriers. Like, no one can ever come in here ever again, right? We don't want to have those types of barriers where you never let people in, people never get to know you. You keep yourself closed off and closed-minded and not open to what God may have for you, not open to what God may be trying to bring to you. So you don't want to create barriers. You never know what blessings will come your way through other people. So if you shut people off, if you never let people in, if you barricade them out of your life, barricade them out of your closeness, then you're not going to be able to receive some blessings that God may have in store for you. So you just want to create boundaries, right? Limitations on, what you can tolerate, what you can't. Um, Maybe how often you'll spend time with someone, just monitoring your time, monitoring, who you allow yourself to be around, right? Maybe you don't want to be around so much negativity. You're like, no, that person's a little too negative, then I don't want to be dealing with that. Maybe you want to limit your time around how much time you spend around people who are negative or bringing you down in your thoughts, or just people who and sometimes like family is good about this, just making you feel bad about where you are or the situation you're in, and sometimes family can be the worst about that. So those are the types of things that you want to be mindful of, creating some boundaries but not barriers. And then I also want you to be open. It's very important that just because you come out of a bad relationship or off a bad marriage, that you continue to be open. Hey, Burns, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you being here this morning. So we're talking about beginning again. So be open to friendships that could turn into possible relationships. You don't have to move out of a relationship thinking, oh, where am I going to find this next person? How am I going to find this next person? Maybe you are stressed out because maybe you're getting up in age, or maybe you want to, feel like you are in a hurry to be married or in a hurry to have children or whatever the situation is. Take time, okay? Take time to get to know yourself, to do some full healing so that you can be whole again. You don't want to enter into another relationship half full and expecting the other person to fill you up with what you're missing, okay? You want to be whole. You want to bring your whole self, your happy self, your content self to the relationship or to the marriage, the next marriage, whatever it is. Take your time. God will bring it to you. Whatever is meant to be for you, I'm a firm believer that whatever is meant to be it will happen for you. You just have to be patient with it. And until, God brings it your way, until God opens that door, you have to stay busy doing the things that you're supposed to be doing as an individual. Because I guarantee you, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, that person is going to come into your life and you're going to know it. You're going to recognize it immediately. You're going to be like, wow, I didn't see this coming, right? And you'll hear so many people say that. That some of the best, relationships are they found their person when they weren't even really looking for them. But stay focused, stay whole, stay in your word. If you're a believer, and if you're not a believer, I highly encourage you to get to know God for yourself, and to discover some of the things that He can do to you. God has something in every chapter of our lives. So just because you may have come off of a bad chapter does not mean that your future chapters don't have something good and phenomenal in store for you. And you need to believe in that, and you need to trust it. If we are only limited by our faith, then, which the word tells us over and over again, that nothing is impossible to us if we only believe and have faith. And the only things that we don't have is because we haven't had enough faith to believe and trust in that. So if we are only limited by our faith, then we have to trust and believe that God has the best is still yet to come, whether you're 30 or 40 or 70 or 80. We have to stay in that mentality that the best is always still yet to come. Every year we should get more excited about what God has in store for us, and so that we don't miss out on the wonderful things. We cannot come out of a bad situation or off a bad relationship or a bad marriage and think, oh, my life is over. This is the end. I'm never going to be, happy again. I'm never going to have a relationship again. I'm never going to, in those thoughts, change the narrative coming out of your mouth in your words. So don't miss, like I say, all the wonderful things. Anticipate the good, expect the good, look for the good, welcome it, and it will come to you. Here we go. Let's see. The light. Hold on. All right. Um, Vern says there was a lady at my job that got married at 75, her first marriage. Wow. Her first marriage at 75. What a blessing. See, I mean, you never know. You never know. When my husband and I were in couples counseling, premarital counseling before we got married, there was a couple that were in their 70s that were also getting married. I don't know that it wasn't their first marriage, but they were, I think it was like maybe their second marriage, but they were in their 70s, and they were just the cutest things you ever wanted to see. I mean, they were just amazing. Your story's not over. Your story's not over. And I can tell you that your story is not over because God still has to get the glory. If you give up, if you give in, if you decide this is it for me, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not attempting anything anymore. I'm just going to live my life, become a hermit, never let anybody in, not talk to anyone, yada, yada, yada. Then God doesn't get the glory in that. God does not get the glory in that, and he has to receive the glory. It doesn't matter what has happened to you in your past. It doesn't matter how hurt you've been and how traumatic your life may have been, or the situations or the relationships that you've been in may have been. There is still hope in God, and there is still opportunity for you to turn around and experience your best life. Experience your best life. So many people that I have met in my years that have been through traumatic experiences have met people or have moved on in their life alone, happy and whole and excited, and that can be you. It does not have to end. The story does not have to end here. Positive says yes, as long as you have breath in your body, there is still time to begin again, no matter what your age, no matter what your age. So I just wanted to encourage you all with that this morning. If you are, like I said, coming out of a bad relationship or a bad marriage, whatever the situation is, it's not over for you. Your story is not over. Your story is not over. We're just moving into a new chapter. Expect good things to come out of that new chapter. Be excited and know that God is going to get the glory regardless. So you might as well embrace the good that is yet to come in your life, and be prepared to embrace it and accept it. All right. I'm going to say a quick prayer and then we're going to head out. Tomorrow, if you all are busy, not busy, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, I'll be on the House of X Entertainment. We'll be doing a women's conference, and there'll be several, 5 or 6 of us on there. That will be, Burns is one of them, as a matter of fact, and we'll be speaking on different things to encourage you all to, be living your best life. I'll be speaking on becoming a woman of integrity, what it means to be a woman of integrity. So if you're not busy tomorrow morning, please join us on that platform and come hear what all we have to say. So let me say a quick prayer. Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for your love and your grace. Father, thank you for giving us hope and reminding us that no matter what we've been through in life, that we still have the glory in you, that we're still conquerors, we're still warriors, we're still, believers and overcomers, and that we do not have to be bound down by the situations and circumstances that have happened to us. We can overcome them, we can move past them, and we can still be our best selves. We can still be our best selves. We can still bring much love to a new relationship, or to our communities, or whatever it is, however you want us to move forward. We can still be the best that you've called us to be and live out our purpose full, whole, and happy. Anyone who's going through the situation, Father, help them move out of these situations that they've been in, get cleansed, get whole, get refocused, get repurposed, and find their path again. Get them back on the right path and headed towards you. Father, we love you. We thank you. These things I ask in your son, Jesus' name. Amen. All right, guys, I appreciate you all. Thank you for giving me this time. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow, and then we'll be back here on Monday for another pep talk at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Be the light. Be the light, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.